Welcome to The Explainer. I'm absolutely thrilled you're here with us today because, well, we're tackling something that touches literally every single one of us, but is just so profoundly misunderstood. We're diving into the source text for the architecture of enduring love. Now, I want you to really hold on to that word, architecture. We constantly talk about falling in love or finding love, right? Like it's a lost set of keys or a winning lottery ticket you just stumble upon. But the core concept we're unpacking today, it flips that entire idea on its head. The premise here is that lasting relationships aren't just passively discovered, they're intentionally, thoughtfully, and continuously built. Just like any enduring structure, love needs a rock-solid foundation, the right materials, and, yeah, daily maintenance. So we're going to deconstruct exactly how that building process works, step by step. Okay, let's dive into this. Are you waiting to find the perfect partner? I mean, it's a cultural myth we're fed from the time we're little kids, right? The fairy tales, the rom-coms, they all sell us on this idea that there's a flawless soulmate out there just wandering around, and our only job is to bump into them at a coffee shop and dramatically drop all our books. But this source text challenges that passive waiting game right out of the gate. Look, when we wait for perfection, we're setting ourselves up for inevitable disappointment, because perfection simply doesn't exist in human beings. If we treat love like we're shopping for a flawless ready-made product, we completely miss out on the reality of what it actually takes to build a life with someone. And that brings us to a really stark contrast. The societal myth of finding perfection versus the grounded reality of choosing daily. Love isn't about finding someone perfect. Not at all. It's about making the active, conscious choice to choose someone every single day. And the source text is super clear on this. You gotta make this choice even when life gets tough. I mean, it's easy to choose someone on a tropical vacation or on a beautiful sunny weekend, right? But the architecture of enduring love, it totally relies on your willingness to wake up on the hard days, the stressful days, the absolutely exhausting days, and still say, I still choose you. That active decision is literally the bedrock of the entire structure. Section 1. The illusion of perfection. So, to lay a truly strong foundation for our relationship architecture, we actually have to clear away all that debris of fantasy first. We have to let go of the illusion of the perfect person just to make room for reality. And this brilliantly illustrates that real love isn't just some fleeting feeling or a quick rush of adrenaline. It's an active bond. Think about the actual building materials of this bond: trust, patience, kindness, understanding. Notice how those are action words? They require real effort. The text reminds us that in any real relationship, there are going to be moments of immense joy, for sure, but there will also be moments of pain. That's just unavoidable. But true love, real love, never gives up just because of one bad day. Actually, think of it this way. A single storm doesn't knock down a well-built house, and a single argument definitely shouldn't destroy a well-built relationship. Section 2. Small acts, strong bonds. You can't just build a house and then literally never clean the gutters or fix the roof, right? The exact same goes for how we treat our partners, which brings us to the currency of care. I love you. Thank you. I'm proud of you. These three phrases seem so incredibly simple, and honestly, we might even take them for granted sometimes. So the crucial point is that the source text emphasizes how these everyday phrases actually mean far, far more than expensive gifts. Think of these words as the mortar holding the bricks of your relationship together. An expensive gift is nice, but it's really just a temporary decoration. Consistent daily verbal appreciation, telling someone you see their effort, you value their presence, and you're just proud of who they are. That is what actually sustains the bond over time. Because the strongest structural integrity in a relationship isn't formed by grand, sweeping, cinematic gestures. It's built on the quiet, unglamorous moments: honesty, respect, and small acts of care. It's, doing the dishes without being asked when you know they've had a rough day. It's listening with your full, undivided attention when they talk about a stressful meeting at work. It's being truthful even when it's super uncomfortable. These small, consistent actions compound over time, creating a relational structure that is incredibly resilient to any outside pressures. Section 3. Mutual growth over control. A relationship should absolutely be a safe harbor, but sometimes people confuse love with ownership. Let's move to and see how this builds a massive difference between trying to control someone and helping them grow. The text is totally explicit here. Love is never about controlling someone. Control is like a major structural flaw. It suffocates the relationship and creates deep foundational cracks. Enduring love, on the flip side, is about helping each other become better people. It's about providing the sunlight and space for your partner to thrive, rather than trying to trap them in this rigid box of your own expectations. We can really visualize this supportive nature as a continuous loop. Step 1. Support each other's dreams. You literally become your partner's biggest cheerleader. Step 2. Forgive mistakes. Because again, perfection is a total illusion. Mistakes are going to happen, and forgiveness is the repair work. And step 3. Communicate with an open heart. This is what keeps the loop flowing smoothly. The text highlights that every single challenge you overcome together by using this loop doesn't weaken you. It actually makes your bond even stronger. You're basically stress testing your architecture and proving that it can withstand the weight. Section 4, Hope After Heartbreak. So what happens when a structure falls apart? Because let's face the reality, not every structure we attempt to build is going to last. Sometimes, despite our absolute best efforts, things just collapse. If you take nothing else away from this explainer today, please let it be this incredibly comforting truth. The right love will never make you question your worth. If your heart has been broken, if a past relationship made you feel small or inadequate, you have to remember this as your brand new foundational blueprint. A poorly built relationship might make you doubt your value, but the right love, the enduring love we've been talking about, will always, always reinforce your worth. Don't lose hope just because a previous structure didn't hold up. So how do we actively rebuild from the rubble? Well, the text gives us 3 very clear instructions. First, keep believing. Do not let past heartbreak turn you cynical. Second, keep growing. Focus on becoming a better version of yourself independently. And third, keep your heart open. Don't go building a fortress with walls so high that no one can get in. The source text promises that if you take these active steps, one day someone will come along who will appreciate your loyalty, your kindness, and your love exactly as they should. They're going to recognize the beautiful architecture you're ready to build. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is this final powerful quote from the text. True love isn't found by chance alone. It's built by 2 people who choose each other every single day. This perfectly summarizes everything we've uncovered today. It totally rejects the fairy tale of pure chance and reclaims the power of human agency. It is incredibly empowering when you realize that a great relationship is actually in your hands. It's not about luck. It's about rolling up your sleeves, bringing your best materials, your honesty, your respect, your forgiveness, and building something beautiful with a partner who is just as willing to put in the work. Which brings us to a final provocative question for you to ponder. Will you leave love to chance, just hoping you stumble upon a perfect, ready-made relationship? Or will you take what we've learned from this explainer and choose to start actively building it today? Whether you're currently in a relationship or preparing for your next one, remember that you are the architect. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Start building, keep choosing each other, and I'll catch you next time.